Obozeghie. Now, in Delta State, a trigger-happy policeman in Ughelli has shot a male road user while on a stop and search along the state's east-west road. According to the social media user who shared the video on X, the gunshot penetrated the victim's abdomen and legs. It is not clear yet what the case was, but another social media user, a netizen who was condemning the acts of the Nigeria Police Force, alleged that the driver did not act very differently from an armed robber with his speed on the road.
They don't shoot her. See there, yeah. See there, yeah. They don't shoot my brother. Come on, yeah. They don't shoot my brother. Peter! See the young guy will shoot her, yeah. The motor don't go move. You don't go move. You don't go move. Peter! I tell you. See the young guy will shoot her, yeah. I will shoot her.
So the Delta State Police Command is now aware of the incident. They've confirmed it and has announced that the person who committed the offense has been arrested, as the picture in the next slide, and then he will be followed with investigations into the matter. So Bright Dafe, who is the spokesperson of the NPF Command in Delta State, shared this picture yesterday, blurring his name out and then his face. This was exactly how he shared the picture. That has also raised concerns for netizens, like if it was a thief, even unconfirmed, you would put the name and the face right there. So why are you defending your man? They say this is defense. But let's see what Bright said when he posted that picture. He says the Nigeria Police Force does not and will not tolerate unprofessional conduct from any personnel. On this premise, the Commissioner of Police, CP Wale Abbas, ordered the immediate detention of the erring police inspector. The injured victim is being treated. Meanwhile, the CP urges members of the public to remain calm as it guarantees justice. Reacting to this, Will says, no name provided, his face blurred, and you want us to believe justice will be served. Also reacting to Bright Dafe is this user, Child Joe, who says, Nigeria police should always educate their men, carry out drill and some pep talk before going to the road. The unprofessional act of some of your men is really denting the image of the police. More thoughts coming in from Glow Fame. This was the person who shared the initial video, and he says, some time ago I made a post here that if police, vigilantes or hunters hold you for any lonely road, no argue with them. I made that post when an officer told us in a mechanic shop that the highest punishment he will get if he kills anyone unlawfully is 24 hours detention and a transfer. And then I am Biscuit. He's saying that he was reacting on Instagram now to this user who was condemning the act, and he says, to be honest, those guys were rough. I can't blame the police at all, because the way they were driving, you would think they are armed robbers. They almost hit a road safety officer. Anyway, the policeman shouldn't have shot them. I think he wanted to shoot their tire, but miscalculated. Okay, so let's see what the police would say about this, since they said they already commenced investigation into the matter. And then in Kaduna State, the chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarud Lagbaja, has paid a condolence visit to Tundun Biri community in Igabi local government area. Now, he has apologized to the government and the people of Nigeria over the bombing of civilians, which he insists was accidental and now regrettable. He pointed out that his men were carrying out aerial patrols when they observed a group of people and wrongly analyzed them to be their pattern, because of their pattern of activities to be similar to that of bandits before the drone strike. Now, he disclosed that he has ordered a thorough inquiry into the incident to identify areas of deficiency that led to the unintended disaster, and is adding that the outcome of the investigation will guide the Nigerian Army in professionally seeking and applying lasting solutions to lapses that will be identified, so that we do not have a repeat of this tomorrow. Now, how did this meet netizens on the space of social media? HFC Emmanuel is saying, apology, no one is going to jail, no one is losing their job, Nigeria is a joke. More thoughts from Idris is saying that this is the right step. Now the army and government must do well to compensate the families of the victims. But this user has a problem with that, and he is saying no matter how much they are compensated, their lives can't be retrieved or revived again. And then for Victor, additionally, those army officers that were involved in the so-called accidental murder of innocent Nigerians should be prosecuted and jailed for manslaughter. That is the only way the victims can get justice. This careless killing of Nigerians shouldn't slide like others. And now by others, netizens took us back to as far as 2017, doing a throwback when Nigeria Air Force mistakenly, the same mistake, they mistakenly bombed IDP camp in 2017, January 18. Let's go forward for more of throwbacks. In 2021, Nigeria Air Force takes responsibility for bombing of Yobe village, that's in September 16, and then more. Breaking, many feared dead as Nigerian Army Force jet accidentally and mistakenly have been in existence. 2022, this happened, and then let's go over to what happened earlier this year, January 2015. Nigerian Air Force, again, mistakenly bombs over 100 civilians near Nasarawa, Benue border. So they are saying that we need to stop having all of these occurrences, and we do hope that the investigation, the Chief of Army Staff says, is ongoing into the recent would solve all the problems and make sure that this is the very last that we experience of such. Now, the presidency says Peter Obi's recent comment on the FCT budgetary provision for the construction of the official residence of the vice president is aimed at inflaming is aimed at inflaming a targeted group of Nigerians as well as to score cheap political goals, accolades, and praises. Now, you remember that yesterday we had a tweet from Peter Obi where we said that he's reserved his comment, or he said he did not quite like it, for what was reserved for Shetima's residences across Nigeria. And he says it could pay 3,000 university professors for a whole year at their 400,000 naira monthly pay. Now, the presidency that was now describing Peter Obi's statement yesterday, he said it is frail and futile attempt to paint the Tinubu-led administration in bad light after suffering defeat in the last presidential election. He says the presidency is also stressing that the proposed plan for the construction of vice president's official residence, for which budgetary allocation was made in the 2024 budget by FCTA, did not just start, as it was awarded by the government of the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Now, the statement continued to say that, it was issued by one of the aides of VP Shetima, Stanley Okocha, and he says that the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, was appalled by the sorry state of the uncompleted building that is overtaken by weed and reptiles after it was abandoned some 13 years ago, and he thought that it would be a waste of taxpayers' money to allow the project go like that without completion. So, let's see 3 reactions to this one. Lagbaja Calgary is saying that still not good enough. This is not the time to resuscitate edifices for government officials. There are definitely more strategic things that the money can be used for. And also in reaction is another user, Giwabu, who says, any political opposition leader that cannot grow over defeat but chose to wail over every matter is only showing his immaturity. Such a person still has a lot to learn. No wonder the statement, Obi is a boy, has become predominant in the political space, is such in pain. Okay, and finally to this, the Skyrocket dude says, please cry more. He is simply doing his work as opposition. Go learn about his job. And we're also going to congratulate Victor Osimhen, who has awarded AIC, Inter Milan Player of the Year, for scoring so much and doing his team so good. So yeah, that's how we call it a day today. But if I may, okay, maybe I leave what I wanted to say for another time. Good morning, Adora and Unkoli. The memo to wear black, I didn't get it.
Well, it wasn't intentional, but it was also perhaps, conspicuously deliberate because of the loss of the people that, passed on. But beyond that, I think black is good. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Yeah.
Black is the new gold.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
All right, Serena, do have a great day, and thank
You
you
too.
for all those developments that you brought to our knowledge.
Thank
on
you.
this
But I was
space.
expecting that the animals that made it as pets with so much money accrued to the executive would have made it in the social
I'm just
media.
wondering what kind of diets they are even eating.
Vegetarian.
Anyway.
Vegetarian pets, perhaps.
All right. Okay, so we'll take a moment and, we'll begin our second conversation. This time, we will be taking you to the Nigerian Union of Journalists, that's NUJ, milestone recognition of media icons in Nigeria. This is something you don't want to miss. Nigerian media professionals celebrating themselves.
December 9, 2023, Dortmund.